Hello, and welcome back to the Hitachi Social Innovation Forum 2021. I'm your host, Yasmin Cheng, and I really hope you had a fabulous lunch. Thank you for joining us. Now, if you've just joined us, I want to share with you all about the Hitachi Social Innovation Forum. Now, this is Hitachi's global flagship event, and for the first time, we've gone virtual, as you can see, for the Southeast Asia region. Now, through this, Hitachi aims to seek out opportunities for collaborative creation with customers and partners, and of course, to work towards realizing a sustainable society through social innovation business. Now, this year's theme is digital transformation in the new normal. The focus is on digitalization strategies that can be pursued under the three pillars of smart cities, smart manufacturing, and smart public services. Now, we've brought together business leaders, subject matter experts, and they're going to engage in dialogues on how we can all work together through digital solutions and services to pave the way towards the future. Now, our next session is on the Internet of Things for asset tracking. We're going to be learning more on how to leverage this to track inventory and asset location that is critical for business operations. It can help to enforce safety and compliance, enhance human behavior, improve productivity, and operational efficiency. To speak on this, we're happy to have Mr. Denny Tan, Director of Innovation and Consulting Services. Hello, Mr. Tan, and of course, he's from Hitachi Asia. Over to you, Mr. Tan.
Thank you, Yasmin. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Last year, 2020, was a coronavirus pandemic. So because of this pandemic, there's a lot of digital transformation in many organizations, and also that a lot of company has changed the way we operate, the way we work, the way we run the business. Company faces many challenges because of all this pandemic, such as cost-cutting pressure, increased business revenue, enhanced customer satisfaction. Today, I'm going to talk about how IoT for asset tracking can help to address some of these challenges. My content for today covers asset tracking overview, asset tracking technologies, advantages and benefits of asset tracking, use cases for IoT asset tracking. Let me proceed with asset tracking overview. Asset tracking is a process to document and track physical assets throughout the supply chain using technology such as RFID, barcode, Bluetooth, GPS, etc. to provide asset information and its location. The purpose of asset tracking is to save business time and money by improving the accuracy and efficiency in managing assets. It can also provide real-time information of assets and prevent loss of assets. With IoT asset tracking, it can streamline the process to make it more cost-effective and ensure compliance. There are many technologies surrounding asset tracking. I would like to highlight to you the various technologies that is used for asset tracking. Asset tracking basically covers two areas of technologies. One is a short-range technology for asset tracking. Another one is the long-range technology for asset tracking. RFID, barcode, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, ultra-wideband, NFC are those short-range technology for asset tracking. GPS, cellular phone, LPWAN are the long-range technology for asset tracking. Each of these technology have their pros and cons, and also the distance and so forth. Such as RFID able to have a range of up to 300 meters. I mean, in terms of like Bluetooth up to about 100 meters, and then LPWAN can be up to between 10 to 15 kilometer distance with a single gateway, as compared to NFC, which is no more than 4 cm. All these technologies can be combined to apply to address the business problem, not just using only one of these technology. And each of these technologies have their pros and cons in terms of cost. For example, the attack cost which is more expensive, RFID readers, which is also play a part in the whole solutioning and the cost. There are various advantages of doing asset tracking. One, loss prevention. When the asset, you can track the asset to be at a particular location, so that when the asset is moved away from the particular location, it can be alerted. And also that you can associate a person to an asset, so that when the asset is taken by the wrong person, it can trigger an alert. Next, track and trace. Track and trace allows you to understand where's the asset, who used the asset, who returned the assets, and where the location of the assets. Accurate inventory management allows you to understand what is the opening inventory balance, the movement of your assets, closing balance, the location of the assets. Improved customer service is another key factor, such as able to provide real-time information of the asset availability or when the asset will be available. Compliance is important for asset tracking. It is able to establish the workflow, ensure the proper recording of the assets and the asset movement. Lastly, in terms of improving asset utilization and maintenance, as the asset uses more, it needs to maintain. So it can actually monitor how often the asset is being utilized or an asset has been underutilized, and you can plan proactively for maintenance of your assets. So these are the advantages of asset tracking. Next, I want to share with you what are the benefits of real-time asset tracking. Real-time asset tracking allows you to track and trace asset real-time, provide real-time information of where's the assets. Improve utilization of the assets so that your assets can be properly utilized and sent for maintenance at the appropriate time. Advanced maintenance planning is another key factor for real-time asset tracking. Prevent misplaced or missing item. Quick and automated data collection. Real-time monitoring of your assets and searching of the assets is important for real-time when customer requests for the asset information. Is able to prevent inventory error, improve inventory management. And lastly, it improves workflow and ensure compliance. Next, I will talk about the use cases for IoT asset tracking. There are various applications of IoT asset tracking for various industries. For example, manufacturing, we are able to provide shop floor visibility. Hospital, use it to track inventory and movement of expensive medical equipment. Logistic, to monitor the delivery location and the arrival time. Financial services or legal services, very important are those documents. Must able to track the documents, whether it's within on-site location, where is it, or remote location. Construction, tools and equipments are very important to track. Another one will be retail and trading, where you can provide real-time inventory management. As I mentioned the various industry and how we apply IoT asset tracking to these various industry, in the next few slides, I will go into more detail of the use case of this IoT asset tracking. Use case for shop floor visibility. It provides centralized visibility of the production operation performance on a smart platform. It optimizes the reliability, efficiency, and service quality at the shop floor by reducing human error, manual work, and time to generate desired results. Lastly, it keeps track of inventory throughout the whole entire process. As on the right hand side, you can see the drawing indicates the whole shop floor production process. For example, they have a item tag with a sensor and it's being moved from one workstation to another workstation. Each of the workstation, you can see there's a sensor. It will indicate that the item is at that particular workstation when the sensors detect the item, and how long it's been processed in the workstation is being monitored. And throughout one station to another till the last station, at any point in time, you are able to take a look at the work in progress and where are the shortfall production of the item, where are they, what is the status. Use case for asset loss prevention. You tag the assets, correlate the asset with the person and the location. Detect the assets when it was moved out of the restricted area, trigger alert to the relevant staff. The drawing below indicate that you can associate an item like a laptop to the person and also a particular location. So that if a laptop is in the particular location, if it's being moved out of that location, it can trigger alert. The second box below indicate that somebody took the assets and the person is not associated with the assets, and they will detect that this asset is not owned by this person. The third one indicate that when the person took the asset that don't own the assets, it will prevent the gantry from opening. It will disable so that the person cannot leave the compound. This actually articulate the whole flow of how to prevent the loss of assets. Use case for vehicle monitoring. You can use it to detect vehicle and the location. This is basically can be used for logistics, where they can track the vehicle usage and the maintenance and where the location using GPS. This is the asset tracking for a construction company where you need to track all the tools and all those assets, and the checking of the tools can be improved significantly for asset inside a vehicle or within a room. The improvement in productivity can be up to 70% to ensure that every time end of the day you are able to check that the assets are all in place before you leave the compound. It prevents the loss of assets and avoid human error. The drawing below actually indicated that the tags and how the people scan the tags, and also the tags are being put in the vehicle. And all the information are transmitted to the HQ for consolidation to ensure that no asset is lost during the day. This use case is for retail. It can provide real-time inventory tracking of the stock, improve workflow, optimization of warehouse operations, efficient planning execution of physical inventory count. As you can see in the diagram below, it allows you to scan the inventory using RFID and barcode. And then number 2, allow you to perform a stock take real time on your assets. And number 3 is to indicate that during the process of stock take, your business as usual, you still can receive goods and issue goods. So this is a use case for a retail and trading companies. Lastly, I'd like to share with you, this is a document tracking for financial services and legal. You should track the item, the documents, where they are, whether it's on site or offshore or so-called storage area, so that whenever somebody needs to retrieve a document, you can retrieve the document very fast. If it's on site, you know which location to get your document. If it's not on site, if it's an off-site storage, you know how to go to which warehouse and pull the document out and bring it to on-site and pass it to your client. That's all I have to share for the use case in document tracking. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tan, for that. Actually, I have a couple of questions. Now, how would I know whether I need an asset tracking solution?
All right. As mentioned in my presentation, I highlighted the various benefits and also the advantages of asset tracking. So if your organizations needs all these benefits, then very likely that you will need the asset tracking solution.
Now, then, how would I know what technologies should be used for my asset tracking solution?
There are various technology for asset tracking. There is no one technology that apply to all businesses. So at times you need to combine multiple technology to address the business challenge. On the other hand, for one business challenge, there are multiple solutions to address that particular business challenge. So it's better that you consult a asset tracking professional to ask for advice and understand your business so that they can propose the right solution for your company.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Tan, for
Welcome.
joining us for this session. And that brings us to the end of this session. Now, if you have any questions for Mr. Tan or any of the other sessions, drop us an email at inquiry.asia.gu@hitachi.com. Now, the next breakout session will start in just about 5 minutes, so we really hope we'll see you there. Don't forget to check out all our exhibition booths. You got to attend our webinar sessions and participate in our survey to stand a chance to win $5,000 worth of prizes. We'll see you in a bit.